And also, so we know that you've reached the end, check the secret code and comment that together with your mission. Hi guys, what's up? Here is Carol from Team Picky, and that's Sarah.
What are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about something that concerns the majority of the world's population, pores.
So as you can see on my face, pores are like little openings on the surface of your skin, and they like to secrete sebum, oil, and sweat. So it helps regulate the body temperature. So yeah, when you're running, you're really hot, you sweat, and you cool down. Very efficient. Oh, and did you know that it covers your whole body except the palms of your hands? Which is weird because they still get really sweaty. Other people, they don't look like they have visible pores. Why?
Right, I think it varies a lot. One of the things that can make it appear bigger is definitely genetics. Another thing is the accumulation of sebum inside, so if you don't clean properly, that can happen more often. And also the skin elasticity, so as you get older and then when we're aging, then the skin gets less elasticity, and that can make the pores appear bigger as well.
On Instagram, you always see the poreless type of photos. That does not exist in real life. There is no poreless skin. There's no way to get rid of them. They are on everyone's body. Everyone has them.
It's all Photoshop.
But there is hope. You can kind of maintain, help minimize the visibility, but you can't get rid of them completely.
So you can hide it, but not erase it. Let's talk about how to minimize its appearance.
Step by step.
Step 1.
Cleansing. My favorite step. So how does cleansing help with pores? There's the double cleansing. The difference between the first cleanser and the double one is usually the first one is like an oil base. The first kind of cleansing, it can help with a lot of makeup and dirt that gets in your pores. And definitely in Seoul, there's so much pollution. I always double cleanse. Even if I'm not wearing any makeup, I will double cleanse because it makes me feel cleaner. It helps to break down the oil. So then after the oil one, doing a water-based one can help remove any excess dirt and just gives you that really clean feeling. So do you use any oil-based cleansers when you're not feeling lazy?
I do. When I wear makeup. Nowadays it's so easy not to because you just put a mask on and you're ready to go. I usually use it a lot when I have really heavy makeup on because you always feel that it's still there somehow, you know, so that bothers me so much. I use the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. It removes makeup really well. Those stubborn mascara or when you have eyeliner, this kind of stuff removes pretty easily.
I like to use the balm one. Oils tend to be more heavy, and I think usually drier skin types like to use that one. But for me, balms are a little bit lightweight in a sense. I don't feel heavy and greasy on my skin. The texture just feels really cool. My favorite thing is scooping it. Oh, it's so much fun to scoop because the texture. But see how fun it is? When you scoop it, it's oh yeah.
Like butter.
I think I should also mention, at least for me, around the eyes, it can kind of mess with my vision a little bit. It goes away, but at first it's a little bit jarring.
I had that feeling before. And we had another recommendation from one of our Picky team members, 𝗏𝗥 cleansing oil. The pros of it is that 1, it doesn't sting your eyes. 2, it smells really good. And 3, it definitely removes the most stubborn makeups. Maybe I should give it a try.
But it's expensive.
Oh, never mind. It's definitely a little pricey, like you said. You can't find it worldwide, so it's kind of hard to get it to your country sometimes. But it's still a good product. If you can get a hold of it, give it a try.
With water-based cleansers, there's different types of cleansers that suit different skin types. For me, foaming cleansers are usually a lot better. The one that I have used is Neogen's green tea cleansing foam. At the bottom, it has actual green tea leaves. So once you pump it, it really feels like you're getting the straight green tea, and it feels like it cleanses very well.
Yeah, the foams for me, they don't work very well. I couldn't find any that don't strip my skin or don't make it feel super dry.
Do you want to introduce the next step?
Exfoliators.
Just gonna say up front, don't use them too often because that could kind of sensitize your skin.
Been there, done that.
Yep.
The first 3, you might have heard about them a lot, is the AHAs, the BHAs, and the PHAs.
Something I've often heard is AHAs are quite good for drier skin. It only cleans the surface, While as for BHAs, it's very good for acne-prone and oily skin because it gets deeper in there and it can help with sebum production and getting rid of like dirt, and it helps to decongest pores. But I would say for PHA, it's really good for sensitive skin because it's a bigger type of molecule, so it doesn't penetrate as deep and it won't like irritate.
So the AHAs, they are usually water soluble, while the BHAs, they are oil soluble. So there is also this really good tip to remember which one is which and how to use them. So AHAs, A is for above, and BHA, B is for beneath, so under the skin.
There's different types of exfoliating products. First, we'll talk about the exfoliating toners. One of our Picky members tried the ISNTREE Chestnut 2% BHA clear liquid, which is very new.
You can also get it on Picky. Now, run, super deal.
So if you want to try it out, you can for a pretty good deal. She has oily and sensitive, which is the same as me, so I need to pay attention. What she's noticed is that it's not sticky, and she also mentioned that it's very lightweight. Already a plus for me. There's no smell or like scent or anything, which maybe you'd think with chestnut it would have some kind of scent. And so another type of exfoliator is pre-soaked pads. These are becoming more and more popular these days.
All in one, you don't even need a pad. These are really good because it has two sides for the pads. One side's a little bit more rough. The other side is very soft and smooth. I use the other side to just rub it again, and then it just feels nice and soaks the product in, and like it feels very exfoliated but not harshly exfoliated.
It's very gentle.
Yeah.
I have the lemon one. It smells so good.
You want the smells? Yeah, if you have dry skin like me, you can choose not to use the rough side. I tend to use the rough side maybe like once a week, but I don't use it on the very, very sensitive parts of my skin. A good tip is that these pads, they are super, super soaked with product, so they can last super long. I cut them in half. It's not because I'm trying to be cheap. It's because one can be so much product that I feel like it's such a waste, you know, so I just cut them in half.
That's smart, editor. Can you take this away, please?
Now we go for the daily exfoliators
and wash-offs.
They are usually more gentle, so that's why you can use them as daily exfoliators, but be careful and listen to your skin. If it's too much, just use them more sparingly.
Usually with these ones, they have small like little grain things to help with exfoliating, or they also have like enzymes and baking soda, which helps to really clear out those pores.
So right now I'm using the by WISHTREND green tea and enzyme powder wash, the powdery type. So you put a little bit in your hand and then give it a scrub with some water. It gets foamy, but at the same time you can kind of still feel some grains of the powder in it. But it's super nice. I'm liking it a lot. It's super gentle. It's tricky because if you put too much, it can get like on your hair and stuff. But your skin feels so soft after. It's awesome. If you like matcha latte, you're gonna love this product because it just smells like matcha. I love the peeling gel ones. When you start rubbing, they kind of start peeling off like eraser bits, and you feel like, this is all the dead cells scrubbing off. You don't really know if it's the dead skins or if it's just the product. Oh yeah, everything's rubbing off.
That's kind of what I feel with the one I use once a week or once every 2 weeks. It's the Dr. G peeling gel. I don't know if it's the product or if it's my skin, but I feel like my skin is softer afterwards. But I learned to be very careful with it because if I use it too often, my skin will get very sensitive. It is nice because it has some brightening ingredients like vitamin C. So I did notice actually it helped with some dark spots I have because it's like rubbing away at the actual dead skin cells. And I actually found it by recommendations through Picky. It had the Picky match, so I just was like, okay, we'll give it a try.
Thumbs up to our Picky community for suggesting nice products.
Another ingredient that can help with pores and actually can help with a lot of things is retinol. For retinol, it can help with anti-aging, it can help with pores, like how it helps with anti-aging, which is with elasticity, it helps with the production of collagen, and also decreases the oil production.
Yeah, you say that retinol is magical, but for me, it's very scary. I don't know, I feel like if you don't know what you're doing, this can go very wrong.
You always start with a really low percentage. You can sandwich it between other moisturizers, and that can really help creating a barrier so it won't like really sensitize your skin. Because in Korea, you can't really get products with retinol at a certain like percentage, so I get it through the dermatologist. I do like to use it. I still am learning the best way to put it in my routine. And with, you know, the colder seasons, I have to learn how to use it, so it's a transition. Definitely, if you have oily skin, like for me, the first mask I ever learned about was clay masks, because clay masks are very good at getting rid of oils in your skin. They can help just suck it out, but it can be very drying. Don't do it, you know, very frequently, maybe 1 or 2 times a week, depending, you know, on the weather, on your skin. And you don't have to apply it to your whole face. Like, you can just apply it to the areas that maybe you're having trouble with. Like, I probably would put it on my nose. One I really liked actually was from INNISFREE. It was the clay mask, but it was in like a mousse type of form. I like the INNISFREE one. Like, it lasted for a while too. And it's actually very nice because it's in a pump.
And then we have another recommendation from all of our Picky members. It's the PHYKOLOGY Seaweed Bubble Clay Mask. This one is a clay mask that bubbles up when you apply on the face. When you apply, it's just like clayish, and then it just starts foaming.
Really entertaining. Everyone looks ridiculous when you do it. It's so much fun.
I want to try. Maybe we should do it. Our colleague that uses this mask, she also says that she prefers this one over the regular clay mask because it only takes 5 minutes. You can just apply, foam it up, and wash it off, and you're good to go. Ta-da!
Last step that we're going to talk about, which is probably the most important one, because if you don't do this, nothing else really matters, and that is sun protection. Sunscreen is vital. I don't know how many times we have to say this, but you should always be wearing your sunscreen. So the reason you want to use sunscreen is because if you don't, UV rays can kind of break down the collagen and elasticity in your skin, making it less tight, maybe making pores more visible.
Which means that sun can make you old. Faster.
Yeah, and your pores more visible. So just wear sunscreen. Just do it.
Easy.
I will spare you from my 𝗣𝗡𝗡𝗘 obsession, and I'll talk about another product I've tried, which is the ISNTREE Hyaluronic Acid Sun Gel. It absorbed very well into my skin. There was no white cast, no stickiness, and it felt light enough that I didn't feel like it was sitting on my skin, but I still felt like I was being protected. And one of our Picky members also tried the Anessa Perfect UV Sunscreen Skincare Milk. This one is quite nice during the summer, I guess, because it's very lightweight. It's a hybrid sunscreen, so it's physical and chemical. There's not really much of a white cast. It's not sticky, not greasy. It just absorbs, and then you just forget about it. It's a good base. Last but not least, stop looking at those magnifying mirrors because they're just gonna enhance what you don't wanna see, maybe. I'm talking to myself. Everybody has pores, and especially if you're looking at those magnifying mirrors, it's gonna make them much bigger than they actually are.
You are always gonna think that everything's wrong with your face and your skin and their pores look like a crater on the moon, which is not true. So stop looking at those mirrors.
Love the skin you're in. Consistency and time and patience is key. You're not gonna see anything overnight. You have to kind of stick to a product. And also, if one product works for one person, doesn't mean it works for all. Everyone's skin journey is different.
Be confident with your skin. So that's it for today, guys. Give us a like below.
And mission of the day, comment down below what you love about your skin.
And also, so we know that you've reached the end, read the description, check the secret code, and comment that together with your mission. Signing off. Goodbye.